Guys, Miss Koski here. Today I wanted to read you guys one of my favorite stories that I actually had the privilege of meeting the author during the summer of 2019. She came to our small town of Juneau, Alaska, to our library and visited our library and visited a group of kids, a bunch of different groups of kids, and met with us and talked about all the different kinds of books that she writes. And her name is Jacqueline Woodson, and the book that I'm going to read is The Day You Begin. It is illustrated by Rafael Lopez, and it's actually really a fact I learned from Jacqueline Woodson when she visited is that she wrote this book. She wrote the story, and then she sent off the completed story, and her publishers did, and then they found an illustrator to illustrate her book, and they don't talk to each other during that process. And so she had her own vision of this story and what the characters looked like, and then the illustrator read her story and illustrated it from there, and it's so cool. It's such a powerful book. I really encourage you to buy this book. It's not promoted or anything like that. It's just a book I love so much, and I think it would be a great addition to your home library. So The Day Began, I wanted to read this book because there's so much crazy stuff going on in our world right now. In this book, I dedicate this reading to anybody out there who has ever felt different or unaccepted or not a part of a community, because that's not okay. And our differences are what make this world a fantastic place. And as I'd like to say to all my students, anytime we meet, my goal is for you to leave your time with me and make this world a better place. Leave the world better than we have found it. And just be that kindness, be that light in the world, because our world has so much mean and hate. We don't need anymore. We need kindness and love, and that's always my challenge to my students, is to put out as much kindness and love and learn and grow from our mistakes. Because when I say that, it's not that you aren't going to make mistakes in life, it's that we step up and rise up from all our mistakes as we learn and acknowledge them. And we find that courage to call out people making mistakes, because we can't fix stuff if we don't know it's wrong. So I dedicate this reading to anybody who has ever felt like they don't have a place in this world, because you do. Your place is here. Your place is now. You are making this world a better place. So, The Day Began by Jacqueline Woodson. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you. Maybe it will be your skin, your clothes, or the curl of your hair. There will be times no one understands the way words come out of your mouth, the beautiful language of the country you left behind. My name is Rigoberto. We just moved here from Venezuela. And because they don't understand, the classroom will fill with laughter until the teacher quiets everyone. Rigoberto from Venezuela, your teacher says so soft and beautifully that your name and homeland sound like flowers blooming in the first bright notes of a song. There will be times when the words don't come, your own voice, once huge, now smaller, when the teacher asks, "What did you do last summer? Tell the class your story." "We went to France," Shalea says. "These shells came from a beach in Maine." A boy named Jonathan holds out a jar, filled with tiny shells so fragile they look like they'll turn to dust in your own untraveled hands. "My whole family went to India, Spain, South Carolina, each souvenir a small triumph of a journey. There are travels going on and on. And as you stand in front of that room, you can only remember how the heat waved as it lifted off the curb, and your days spent at home caring for your little sister, who made you laugh out loud and hugged you hard at nap time. You can only remember the books you kept on reading long after she had fallen to sleep. And in that room where no one else is quite like you, you'll look down at your own empty hands and wonder, what good is this when other students were flying and sailing and going somewhere? There will be times when the lunch your mother packed for you is too strange or too unfamiliar for others to love as you do. Whenever your own friends, Nadia, whenever your own friend, Nadia, will wrinkle her nose and say, "What's in there anyway?" And you'll wonder how she doesn't see the rice beneath the meat and kimchi. You'll wonder why she doesn't remember that rice is the most popular food in the world. There will be times when the climbing bars are too high, the run is too fast and far. The game isn't one you can ever really play. Don't want him on our team? You can watch. Maybe you can have a turn later. There will be times when the world feels like a place that you're standing all the way outside. And all that stands beside you, your own brave self, steady as steel and ready even though you don't yet know what you're ready for. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you, until the day you begin. Until the day you begin to share your stories. My name is Angelina, and I spent my whole summer with my little sister. You tell the class, your voice stronger than it was a minute ago. Reading books and telling stories, and even though we were right on our own block, it was like we got to go everywhere. Your name is like my sister's, Rigoberto says. Her name is Angelina, too. And all at once, in a room where no one else is quite like you, the world opens itself up a little wider to make some space for you. This is the day that you begin to find the places inside your laughter and your lunches, your books, your travel, and your stories. Everywhere, where every new friend has something a little like you, and something else so fabulous not quite like you at all. So like I said, this is absolutely one of my most favorite books to read. I believe it challenges us to really think about those things that make us uncomfortable, that we're self-conscious about, that we think that makes us different, and not always in a good way. because sometimes we think our differences, people don't want to see them, or that they are going to judge us for them or make fun of us, and that's so far from the truth. There are so many good people out there that want to know your differences, and they're going to connect to them, and it's going to build these deep, rich friendships. And that's how our world is meant to be. We're meant to all come together, and we are meant to celebrate each other because we each have our own uniqueness to bring to this world. There is only one you. Nobody else in this world can be you. So celebrate being you. Be the most awesome human you can be. And today I challenge you to put as much love and kindness out into the world as you can. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you really enjoyed that story. Again, it was The Day You Begin by Jacqueline Woodson and illustrated by Rafael Lopez. I really encourage you to read this story, buy it, add it to your home library. It's one that's so dear to my heart. All right, love you guys so much. Thanks for listening.